Everybody. So lately, there's been a lot of drama between XQC, Pokimane, Asmongold, and most importantly, Kick and Twitch. So, as a background here, a lot of people have felt that Twitch has been pushing extremely unfair practices, which I'll go into in 1 second, that have pushed a lot of people onto the Kick platform. Kick, then, which started primarily as a gambling website, has tried to transition away from being a gambling website into other goals. There's been a lot of drama whether or not Kick is still primarily focused on being a gambling website. With that said, what were these unfair practices that Twitch pushed onto their streamers that have caused a lot of people to move away from the platform? The first thing they did is they changed it from being a 50-50 revenue split, change it from being a 70-30 revenue split into being a 50-50. Now, if you got partnered and if you asked Twitch, you could very easily get to a 70-30 revenue split, even though 50-50 was the default. They have now changed that completely, and it is now a 50-50 for everybody. In addition to that, they then pushed a policy change where Twitch, and this is off their website, as you can see here, we do not allow simulcasting on web-based Twitch-like services that support streaming for extended periods of time, such as YouTube and Facebook. Blah, 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 blah. Basically, Twitch will no longer allow you to multi-stream. They last year allowed you to multi-stream, or maybe 2 years ago, and then they've gone back on that decision again, and now do not allow multi-streaming. This means that Twitch was effectively forced to allow multi-streaming by many people leaving the platform. Then, once people got over that drama, they canceled allowing multi-streaming again. So Twitch has now gone back on their word, and a lot of people do not trust them. In addition to that, Twitch attempted to try to ban all streamers from showing their own advertising on stream. In other words, if you had any partnership of your own that was not through Twitch, they were trying to ban you from showing that. Many streamers use this as additional revenue sources, and many streamers rely on these ads just to make ends meet because of things like the 50-50 revenue split. In addition to that, Twitch, after Backlash, then allowed a 70-30 revenue split, but with extremely harsh requirements. The revenue split would end after you made 100,000, so larger streamers would not see a large amount of the 70-30 revenue stream. It wouldn't start until October after they canceled it early in this year, or I should say, I think it was last year. So it's been a 50-50 split for a while, and they haven't even canceled that. And you need to maintain 350 recurring paid subscriptions. This doesn't include Twitch Prime. So most streamers will not apply to this. I think some people actually looked at the actual numbers of this and found out that less than 1,000 people could actually apply to them, and they would need to apply to it and then be approved by Twitch manually. You would not automatically get this approval. You would need to apply, and then Twitch would have to manually approve you. So Twitch would have a non-partner, a partner, and then a super partner program, effectively tiering Twitch into choosing, and basically they could decide who gets to be on a whim in this super program. If you fell out of their favor, and as we've seen here in the past, if you fell out of their favor, they might change policy on you and say you don't get to be in this special program. So this is the background of all of this. With this going on, people now have started to swap to Kick. 9 days ago, Pokimane said that Kick was cringe and embarrassing, and that she won't go there because she has morals. Although, I assure you this sounds a bit absurd, she actually said this, which I'll show right here.
Nope. No, and it's not because I got like $10 million. It's just because I'm good as I am. Why would I compromise my morals and ethics for more money when I have money? Something about that is so cringe to me personally. Like, I understand, you know, if you need to make money, right? For me to do cringe shit when I have I can't. Like, ew. How do I... Can someone put this into words better than I can? It's almost embarrassing.
So
Nope.
people then took to hating on Pokimane for this take. Now, whether or not you agree with it, she did word it in potentially the worst way anyone has ever worded anything, with the worst acting and worst tone. And so, although she had a point somewhere, I agree, she did have a point, she worded it in such a bad way that many people instantly sided against her. Unfortunately, I'm sure there was some misogyny going into this, but she kind of worded it again very, very poorly. She then tweeted, she said, "It'd be cringe for me to compromise my morals and ethics for money." People were calling her insecure, jealous, blah, blah, blah. And then she responded, blah, blah, blah. She had some tweets like that, but it's not too important into it. That was 9 days ago. 7 days ago, XQC tweeted, "Flexing your morals and ethics on other people around you comes from pure insecurity, nothing else." Okay, so there started to be this little bit because XQC did take a deal, a buyout, to go to Kick, okay? And so because of that, it brought him into conflict with Pokimane. Now, obviously, big streamers will always have drama for attention, to get more money, blah, 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 blah. This caused some issues. Now, the question did become, was it immoral and was it unethical to go to Kick, a site founded to support gambling? It was. And I think that can't be denied. It was founded fundamentally to support gambling. The only thing I'm going to say here is that I don't believe that that's what its intention is anymore through things that I'll show later. 5 days ago, and this is where it gets a bit bad, obviously, for the Kick side, people found out that Kick always reserves its 3 and 5 slots in recommended streams for gambling streams. Also, it was later found out that the third stream preview was always a gambling stream. Now, this was posted to Asmongold's Reddit. You can see that right here. And you can see that no matter what you did, the 3rd and 5th slot was always reserved for slots and casino. Asmongold later reacted to this, finding out.
Seems to reserve the 3rd and 5th spots for gambling streams. There's a chance that could be the case. I mean, listen, obviously they're going to make money off of gambling. This would probably be smart to do. I mean, the truth is that, like, you're not going to catch me. I'm not going to be sitting here moralizing about how bad this is when Amazon has a partnership with DraftKings. Like, get the fuck out of here. Coincidence? It could be, or it could be hard-coded in. I don't know. But, like, I don't want to sit here and talk about how bad this is. Like, bro, more people... Is sports betting more popular than slots? Because I think it is. I feel like it's more popular. It is. Yeah, it's way more popular. Okay, so then... What are we talking about here? Yeah, it's whatever. I don't know what to say, man. Not even close, I bet. Yeah, I bet it's not. Who cares, bro? People are so weird about that. Yes, people are so weird about that.
Now, this is true. Twitch does have a partnership with DraftKings. They do allow sports betting. YouTube as well does allow... it's against their rules, but they have allowed... in the past, people to promote sports betting. The last time I showed this, unfortunately, my channel got a strike against it for showing that other people were showing sports betting, which blows my mind, but also means I'm not going to show that YouTube allows this. We do know that Twitch has a system for this. In fact, if I go to Twitch right now, some people falsely believe that Twitch has like banned slots and casinos and that sort of stuff. But if you go to Twitch, and I'll go to them right now, we can see that if you go to Twitch right now, we can see that slots has 22.2 thousand views. That's just slots. Slots alone, not sports betting, not anything like that. Slots alone has 22.2 thousand game. They call it a gambling game here. So what happened with this, obviously? Asmongold reacted to the above information. A few days ago, and I don't know when, Kick removed the reserved slots for gambling. Gambling streams can still show up, but no longer have any slots reserved for them. They play fair game with other streams. Now, I did load up Kick right here, and I'll refresh this for you guys to see if you want to prove it. We can see the 3rd and 5th slot are no longer reserved for gambling. The preview stream is no longer reserved for gambling. Now, I'm going to shift refresh here. That will give me a full refresh on this. And it might show up still, so we can see slots and casino on 4th, hot tubs, just chatting, blah, 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 blah. We can see that they're not reserved anymore. Now, slots and casino is the second largest category here. So they will show up here just because they are the second largest category. If I do a shift refresh here again, we can see slots in third, shift refresh again, just to prove a point here. Slots and casino is over here. Slots and casino in fourth here. Let's do another one. Just slots and casino. Yeah, so you can see they will still show up sometimes. They will still show up sparingly, but as they are the second largest category, they are now playing fair game with other streams. You did see the first thing I did bring up did not have any of them. So the only thing I want to show here is slots and casino on Kick is 12,000, whereas slots and casino on Twitch is 22.2 thousand. So if your argument is that Kick is promoting slots and casino, then, well, Twitch is promoting it even harder by having 22.2 thousand people right there. At any rate, there was any Destiny stream where he talked about this and talked about what exactly had happened.
Did you ever hear the explanation for why the Gamba shit was hard-coded?
No, I didn't.
Okay. As a warning, this could be 100% bullshit because this is just what the CEO said. And obviously the CEOs might be incentivized to lie or whatever. So I'm just going to say that. I'm not sitting here saying that like, oh, Eddie said this, so I believe it 100%. But the explanation that I saw that was given, and I don't know if people can go back on the Wayback Machine and shit and check, is, hold on. The explanation given was when Kick was first launched, the recommended and featured slots on Kick ended up being completely gambling, which was not great. We ended up editing it so that only the third and fifth slot were reserved for gambling using the formula, while slots 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9 were reserved for non-gambling in order to dilute the gambling stuff on the website. So that was the explanation that he gave, that initially was because the whole site was essentially just like Gamba streams. So then people... but as it's grown into like gaming stuff, they undid that. Now, again, you'd have to go back to the Wayback Machine and check if you feel like this is true or not, but that was the explanation that I saw given.
Okay, so basically what he's saying is here, Destiny talks about how the gambling stream advertising on Kick, how it was a holdover from when Kick was going to be a primarily gambling website and how they've moved away from that being their goal. Now, to be clear, I know I bring this up a lot, but I do believe that this does give me a little bit of background into how things work. I do not code personally, but my dad worked at IBM, Apple, Kohl's, those sorts of stuff. He did a lot of those sorts of things, okay? Now, I do know how this thing works. Yes, originally Kick was going to be a gambling website, and so originally they had it coded so all the recommended streams were going to be slots streams because they wanted to promote gambling on their gambling website. Nowadays, they don't want that. So originally when they first moved away from the goal, they put it so only the third and fifth would be gambling enforced. Now, for people who think that this was intended, that they only removed this because people found out about it, no. What very likely happened, and I think anyone who does coding, anyone who does these sorts of things would understand, is that it was an oversight. They changed it because they didn't know what they were going to do with the website, and they were moving away from gambling. And they just said, okay, we'll only have the third and fifth. Later on, months pass, half a year passes, people found out that the code is still there. Well, the thing is, no one went back and checked the code. I promise you, no one went back and checked this code. And within a day or two, we don't really know, it got removed pretty much instantly. Within a day or two, the code was removed, and we do not get slots. You can see here, there's no slots here at all. There's still slots here. But there's no slots here in the recommended, and we only have one of the preview sims being slots, which seems fair, considering that slots and casino is their second biggest one, okay? So there was very likely, in my opinion, the code just got overlooked. They forgot that it was even there, and then they instantly removed it because they want to be taken more seriously as a website. You can see over here that there doesn't seem to be any pushing for anything. We do have gambling down here, top live groups. That's under our top live group. So we have games, IRL, music, gambling, creative, and alternative. Even from this perspective, you can see that despite gambling being so popular on this website, that it does seem like they kind of push it down because music has 2,000 viewers. So music gets ahead of gambling. 2,000 viewers gets ahead of 13,000 viewers. Do you get it? Okay. So what is the argument that I'm making here? Okay. The argument that I'm making here is they do allow stake. Stake gambling is unregulated and has issues, correct? I think everyone would agree with that, right? But to say that Twitch has banned gambling is not true. That's just simply not true. I can see right here that no, they haven't banned slots. They haven't banned under that. Okay, they have just banned Stake. Stake then founded Kick. After founding Kick, they then kind of pushed away from the gambling side of things and just decided to let the website run its course and have Stake on it rather than be dedicated towards Stake. Okay, so all of this drama basically boils down to a few people having a moral and ethics split on gambling. But fundamentally, again, from my opinion, from an unbiased opinion, I do believe that Stake rapidly, once it was found out, rapidly solved the issue of gambling streams being pushed. Their explanation does make sense to me, knowing how things work. And it doesn't seem that Kick has a moral high ground here. The only company, the only large of the big three streamers, YouTube, Kick, and Twitch, the only three that could have a moral high ground on gambling seems to be YouTube. Because YouTube does try to stop gambling from being on their website. They do try. They don't often do it. And I have been... My account has received one of its 3 strikes needed to being shut down just for showing that YouTube does have some gambling still on it, supported by content creators that you might know of, okay? So, again, I will literally not show that because if I get another strike, that'll be 2 of 3 needed to permanently shut down my channel, just for showing that it's there. Okay, so that's the end of this video. That's all there is to say. That's basically the end of this drama. That's really all there is to it. So thank you for watching. Leave a comment, leave a like, leave anything that you want to say. I have not included some things, obviously, that I did not think were important towards the end of this. Okay, so if I didn't include something, it's because I didn't think that it was like I didn't think it was like contributing much. It was just people being stupid, having bad takes. Like having a bad take or having a good take doesn't really lead towards whether or not Kick or Twitch are the better website. Okay, you guys get it? Okay, so everybody, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Goodbye, everyone.